You just got your first real paycheck with actual breathing room. After taxes, rent, groceries, and the car payment, there is a few $100s left and it is just sitting there. You know you were supposed to do something smart with it, so you start Googling, and within about 15 minutes, you are completely lost. One article says pay off all debt before you invest a single dollar. A Reddit thread says max your 401k no matter what. Your coworker swears a Roth IRA is the move. Dave Ramsey is yelling at you from a YouTube thumbnail. And somewhere in the back of your head, you are wondering if you should just buy some Bitcoin and call it a day. So you close the browser, transfer $100 to a savings account, and tell yourself you will figure it out later. Later never comes. And quietly, without you ever noticing, you start leaving serious money on the table. Here's what nobody told you. The order you invest in is not a matter of opinion. It is math. And the sequence of where your money goes matters more than almost any individual investment decision you will ever make. Getting this wrong does not just cost you a little. Over a career, sequence mistakes can cost a normal income earner $200,000 or more. We are going to walk through the exact order, do the actual math, and give you a decision you can act on this week. The villain here is not you. It is the financial media ecosystem that profits from confusion. The loudest voices in personal finance are either selling you extreme simplicity, like one-size-fits-all debt payoff rules, or selling you complexity, like stock picking, crypto, and option strategies that feel exciting, but skip the boring fundamentals that actually build wealth. Meanwhile, the unsexy stuff, the stuff that is genuinely worth hundreds of thousands of dollars over your lifetime, gets almost no airtime, because it is not thrilling. It does not get clicks. A decision tree for account prioritization does not go viral. But it should, because this is the highest return financial move most Americans never make correctly. Let's do the math. And to keep this real, let's assume you earn $70,000 a year. Your employer offers a 401k match. They will match 50% of your contributions up to 6% of your salary. That means if you put in $4,200 a year, they drop in $2,100 for free. That is an instant 50% return on that money before it has been invested for a single day. The stock market averages around 8% annually over the long run. No investment you will ever find gives you 50% on day one. If you skip this match and instead just invest that $4,200 in a taxable brokerage, you are choosing an 8% return over a 50% return. At scale, missing that match for 30 years cost you roughly $237,000. Not because you spent it, because you never collected it. Now let's talk about credit card debt. Say you are carrying $8,000 at 22% interest, which is pretty close to the average rate right now. You are also putting money into a taxable investment account hoping to earn 8%. The math here is brutal and simple. You are paying 22% to borrow money and earning 8% on the money you invest. That is a net negative 14% on every dollar you are investing while the debt sits there. You would be better off throwing that money at the debt, full stop. Now let's talk about the HSA, the health savings account. If you have a high deductible health plan through your employer, you can contribute to an HSA. The contribution limits in 2026 are around $4,150 for an individual. The tax advantage here is triple. Contributions go in pre-tax, the money grows tax-free, and withdrawals for medical expenses are also tax-free. No other account in the U.S. tax code does all three. For a middle-income household, using an HSA correctly is worth somewhere between $500 and $1,000 in real tax savings every single year. That is money that otherwise just goes to the IRS. After the HSA, you hit your Roth, or traditional IRA, up to $7,000 in 2026 if you are under 50. Then you go back and max out your 401k beyond the match. And only after all of that, if you still have money to invest, you open a taxable brokerage account. Now imagine what it feels like to be doing this in the wrong order. You are putting $200 a month into a taxable brokerage account because that felt like the most accessible move. You feel good about it. You are an investor now. But you never enrolled in your 401k match because the HR portal was confusing and you kept meaning to do it. Your credit card has a balance you have been carrying for 2 years because you figured the minimum payment was fine while you invested. You have an HSA option through your employer that you have never opened because you did not know what it was. Functionally, you are doing something that looks like investing, but is structured in a way that quietly destroys wealth instead of building it. And the worst part is you will not see the damage for years. This does not hurt today. It hurts when you are 53 and you try to run the retirement math, and something does not add up. Here is the permission slip. None of this is your fault. The system is not designed to walk you through this. Your employer's HR onboarding is not optimized for your long-term wealth. Financial media is optimized for engagement. Your high school never taught this. The fact that you have conflicting information in your head right now is a completely rational response to a system that has failed to give you a clear answer. You do not need to be embarrassed about where you are starting. You just need to know the order. Here is the playbook. 5 steps in sequence, and you can start on this today. Step 1. Find out if your employer offers a 401k match and what the rules are. Log into your HR portal or email HR directly. Ask what the match formula is and what percentage you need to contribute to get the full match. If you are not already contributing at least enough to capture the full match, change your contribution percentage this week. This is the single highest return financial move available to you. Step 2. List every debt you have with its interest rate. Anything above 7%, roughly, should be treated as a priority before you invest beyond the employer match. Credit cards at 18 to 25% need to go. Personal loans at 10% or above should be on the list. Below 7%, like most federal student loans or mortgage, the math gets closer, and you can make a case for investing in parallel. Above 7%, pay it off first. Step 3, check if you are enrolled in a high-deductible health plan. If you are, open and fund an HSA. Fidelity, Lively, and your employer's plan administrator all offer these. Contribute what you can, invest it in index funds inside the account, and do not touch it unless you have a real medical expense. Step 4. Open a Roth IRA if your income is under the phase-out limit, which in 2026 starts around $150,000 for single filers. Go to Fidelity or Vanguard, open the account, and set up automatic monthly contributions. A total market index fund is fine. You do not need to pick stocks. Step 5. Once all of the above are funded, go back and increase your 401k contributions toward the annual max of $23,500. You probably cannot get there right away, and that is completely fine. But now you are working down the list in the right order, and every dollar is going to its highest leverage use. Most people skip this whole framework and just pick the first account they learn about or the one that feels easiest to open. The result is not catastrophic in the short term, but over a 30-year career on a normal income, doing this wrong versus doing it right is a 6-figure gap. Not because of stock picks, not because of timing the market, just because of sequence. The person who figures this out is not some finance genius. They are just someone who learned the order once and followed it. That can be you starting this week. If you want more videos that skip the hype and just run the honest numbers, subscribe and hit the like button. That is what this channel is here for.